Okay, first off, I want to say thank you for clicking on my video, and yes, you did read that right. This is a 2017 folding smartphone. Let's talk about it, see how well it holds up now, and also any recommendations or anything in the comments to improve my videos would be very helpful. I'm still very new to the YouTube format, which is like 10-minute long videos, because I'm obviously been doing short form content like a minute long, minute 30 for around 2 years. Yeah, let's just get into the video and talk about, is this phone any good? A folding phone from 2017. So as you can see, it does fold. There is a giant bezel in the middle of the screen. There's also a giant bezel at the chin and the forehead. But, I mean, it is 2017. This is the second ever folding phone. There was like one back in like 2011, but like that one was pretty bad. And this one ain't that good either, right? But I guess we should talk more in detail. Let me try to figure out this zoom situation I got going on. But this is what the back looks like. Or this is the front, obviously. Then on the side, before we get to the back, we have a SIM ejection tool, volume rocker, a power button with a built-in fingerprint scanner. That is actually very good and actually works very well. And then we have a dedicated button here like an iPhone 16 has, but this phone came out 7 years ago. But I'll tell you what that button is here in a second. Then on the back, we just have the back. It's the ZTE EXON M. Yeah, and the back, once you fold it, is also glass. Then on the bottom, we get a microphone and a speaker and USB-C. USB-C, that is what I like to see. Then at the top we get a headphone jack, also really cool to see. Then on the side, once it's folded, we do get like a little hinge thing, I guess is what it's called. Let's get into the specs now. Let me pull them up on my other phone, which is the Samsung Note 20 Ultra. So I have the specs pulled up now, but before we get into the details, let me tell you the experience of this phone without getting to the specs. It does not hold up well. It came out 2017, so you're thinking, oh, what Android version is it on? Android 10, Android maybe even 11, Android 9? No, it's on Android 7. It's like this phone got no updates. Now, I can't confirm that, but I think it's pretty obvious. This phone came out late 2017, and it's on Android 7, and it also runs a 2016 Android processor. This phone can barely scroll on Instagram. TikTok, oh, don't even try it. And what's crazy is Twitter doesn't even work on this phone. A lot of apps don't work on this phone. More apps do than don't, though, to be honest. Surprisingly, Twitch works, but Twitter doesn't. Facebook's there. But I do like gaming on this phone because, wow. But it is also very weird. So this is it folded. As you can see, the chin, forehead, they're there. They're pretty big. There's a lot of weird modes on this phone we can talk about here soon, but it's just the same like design as a Google phone. You swipe up to get to all your apps, right? And let me show you something weird. The camera. I have the specs pulled up here. It's a 20 megapixel camera. I was thinking it was like 40 for some reason, but no, it's a 20 megapixel one camera. So you're probably thinking, oh, I could take a selfie but can't take a photo on the back of my phone or take a rear photo. Well, this is how you do it, because you actually can. You click on the camera. As you can see, we have the selfie. Then it'll turn around. You have to turn the phone around to get to your 20 megapixel camera. Now, the photos on this phone aren't good, but they're not awful. They get the job done, but they're not impressive at all. They're like way worse than even probably a Samsung S7. They're probably like around what a Samsung S5, S6 would be for camera quality. Then as you see, we have to flip the phone around to do a selfie. I mean, who the hell would buy this phone? I got it for $90. Do not buy this phone. It's a cool gimmick phone. Don't buy it though. Don't buy it. It's just not worth it. Oh, you're not going to use it really. I mean, for $90, you can literally get a Samsung S10, an iPhone 7, iPhone SE, maybe like second generation SE, which would be way better than this phone. Once again, it's on Android 7. That is like killer for me. I hate that. The display is 5.2 inches, right? One of them. Obviously, this whole thing is like about the size of a Samsung Note 20 Ultra, maybe. The display on this phone isn't insane. It's 60 hertz, which is to be expected. 1080p LCD panel. The LCD panel, I hate LCD panels, dude. I just don't. The blacks look awful. The blacks look like gray. The yellows look like orange. Like, well, it's just not for me. 68% screen to body ratio, if you couldn't tell. The actual processor on this phone, because I did mention it was a 2016 processor, it is the Snapdragon 821, which is a 2016 processor. Android 7, yeah, confirming. I hate it. I hate that. 64 gigabytes of storage. Okay, 2017. You can't go too crazy. But it somehow films 4K 30, which isn't bad. 4K 30 and 1080p 30 frames per second. It doesn't do 60 frames per second, but I mean, both. Awful video, by the way. Awful video. Quality, it sucks. So, that was the specs. Let me double check. Make sure I have it pulled up. Battery life. Okay, let's talk about battery life. 18 watt fast charging, apparently, which, cool. But battery life on this phone is, with both screens open, is around 2-ish hours. Then with just one screen, it is around 3-ish, so not great. I'll show you the scrolling speed here in a second on YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is. But you're probably wondering, what is this M button? You have a home button right here, and a recent apps and a back button. But what is this M button? We obviously know what these three buttons are. Duh. What is the M button? You click on it, and it tells you or suggests what you should do with your display, right? So obviously I have it on this option right here. That's why it's selected blue, which means it makes it one full display. But you can have it to where the right screen is off by clicking that button right there, or you can have it AB, which means two separate things on both of them. Watch, swipe up, swipe down. It is a little confusing though. It might be lagging right here. Jesus. Is that what it's doing? Nope. Okay. As you can see, we're doing like two different things. So I can open up Instagram on this phone or on this side. Then on the left side, I can open up blocks, right? I think you get it, right? You can do two things at once. Now, I saw someone in my Instagram comments the other day, or it might have been a few weeks ago, whatever, talk about, oh, you can play two games at once on this phone. Yes, but it would be torturous is what I said, because, wow, it would be. It would be. That 2016 processor is awful, bro. Absolutely awful. It probably scores like what an iPhone 5S to an iPhone 6, around that, which is obviously not good. 5S might be a little dramatic. We can say around what an iPhone 6. Definitely not a 6S. No way. Ain't no way. But let me show you what else this phone does with this M option. Let me get off of TikTok because I accidentally clicked on it. Look how slow this phone is. Jesus. Get the hell out. Definitely don't get this phone. It's a cool gimmick though. So on the left side we get AA, which is just duplicating what you see. And you know what's really cool about this? Why would you use this, someone might say? You can put it in tent mode. You can watch a YouTube video on both sides. And we'll actually do that right now. We'll watch Flossie Carter. Absolutely love this dude.
Another video. And today we're going to do the real review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 5 and the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, because they're pretty much the same phone. One has an S Pen, one has a curved screen with some swipe gestures, but other than that, they're basically identical. So let's try to find something.
As you can see, you can do that, which I've never done that, by the way. And let me show you gameplay on this phone. It can run basic games, right? Like, for instance, this block game right here, which I am addicted to. I'll be doing like 2 hours of cardio, and I'll be playing this game. 2 hours is not even a joke either, by the way. Low-key need to fix my diet so I don't have to burn so many calories. But as you can see, let's click on this block puzzle game. And you probably won't be able to tell, but it like, you can force the apps to be zoomed in, because not every app is going to work with two screens, you know what I'm saying? So in the settings, you can just force it to basically work. And this is what it ends up getting, which, I mean, it is, as you can see, look how zoomed in and like stretched it is. There's also that bezel in the middle once again. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. But it is super stretched. And watch this. If I were to close the phone, as you can see, it goes back to normal. So I was preferring to play games like this than having the display open, because it gets stretched out and it just isn't worth it. And the battery life is probably just going to... It doesn't bring it down like crazy much more than having one display, but it is something there to note. I mean, look, it's hard to even do. And sometimes if you move too slow, like, as you see, the bezel kind of got in the way. A bezel in the middle of the screen is insane, dude. But, I mean, it is a 2017 phone, so it is a cool gimmick. I do wonder why ZTE didn't make another one of these phones. I guess they just gave up once the first one didn't sell that well, because who in their right mind would buy it? They could have done it. They could have done it, really. They could have kept going. They fell off. So, they just tried one. Really, you're going to try one thing, then give up? Sorry, I'm going on a rant here, but it is worth the rant, on God. Let me show you some of the photos and video this phone took. Go to gallery. But here's a photo I took. 20 megapixel camera, which is more than like damn near every iPhone until like recently, where they got like the 50 megapixel cameras. I turn it down for copyright. But the video is not awful. It has 4x zoom in it, 1080p, 30 frames per second, 4K 30, whatever you want to do. But I wouldn't recommend the 4K filming with 64 gigabytes of storage. Whew. I mean, I wouldn't even recommend recording on this phone at all, dude. But let me show you what the third button does. You click on it, or hold it down, I guess. It launches TV mode. Now, what is TV mode? It launches an app you want it to launch. So it's like what the iPhone 15 brought with that new button. Instead of the ringer button, they got rid of the ringer switch thing, and they just added the button where you can customize it to go to any app you want. This phone's had it. This phone's been had it. Not now. So watch. we're playing this video. Flossy Carter, cool. Let me show you the scrolling speeds while I'm at it. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, we can try Instagram, see if it's that bad. Actually, it won't let me. Never mind. I'm logged out. TikTok. Can I just go without? Let me try Facebook then. None of these apps, all these apps have signed me out, dude. I mean, as you can see, it's not the best. Like, you see it glitching and going a little slow. It's just not, and it's worse on TikTok. For sure, it is worse on TikTok because I did actually have my TikTok logged into this phone when I got it, but I guess it signed out because I have so many damn phones. It just signs out or something. But it was not worth doing. It was, and it's a real bummer that this phone doesn't have Twitter, because I love Twitter. I'm on it every day, and this phone can't even use Twitter. But let's try searching speeds. This idea is from Flossy Carter, by the way. I'll be spam watching his videos. Let's do this election one. It's really not that bad. But you know, I do wish, now that I'm looking at this phone, I wish they would let you just decide you want to use this screen instead of this screen. Like, you're forced to use this screen. It won't let you, like, the only purpose of this other screen is when it's unfolded. Like, I wish I can use this one as my main phone so I don't have to stare at that ugly flash and the ugly camera bump. I mean, why didn't they do that? I guess they really gave up on this phone, because if I could use this as my main, this side, that'd be way better. Just looks better, at least. As you can see, it is not the smoothest. As you can see, we're on this game. Oh, click, click, click. Let's have Texas go blue. I don't even know. So there's that. It's not the fastest phone. We've been seeing this. It's like the strength of an iPhone 6. I'm gonna say strength, processor strength. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this phone, not good.